The garden was a cage of moonlight and shadows. 12 Inquisitors encircled us, their staffs humming with hostile intent. Rise pulled me against his chest, his heart hammering against my back. 12, Rise murmured. I can confuse 3, maybe 4, but 12. I can help, I whispered, though my body felt like it was filled with lead and poison from the death curse I'd swallowed. No, Rise said firmly. You're full. If you take in more, you'll break. Surrender, the lead Inquisitor stepped forward. The Null is property of the state. A low rumble shook the ground. From the shattered window of the spire high above, a figure leaped. It was a suicidal drop, hundreds of feet, but halfway down, the figure exploded into a comet of fire. Kaelen. He slammed into the earth between us and the Inquisitors with the force of a meteor. The impact wave knocked the white robes off their feet. The grass instantly turned to ash. Kaelen rose from the crater, wreathed in flame, his robes shredded, blood trickling down his temple. He looked like a demon king. Kaelen snarled, his voice amplified by magic, is ours. The Inquisitors scrambled up, firing a barrage of spells, ice, lightning, kinetic force. Kaelen roared, shielding us with a dome of fire, but the onslaught was relentless. The dome began to crack. I could feel his strength failing through the bond. He was running on fumes. I looked at Rise. He can't hold it. I know, Rise said, his face pale. He was pouring his own energy into Kaelen, acting as a battery, but it wasn't enough. I closed my eyes. I went inward. My mind was a dark room, silent, empty. For years I had hated it. I had hated the quiet, but now I realized the truth. It wasn't empty, it was infinite. I didn't need to imagine a sword to cut them. I didn't need to picture a shield. I just needed to open the door. Drop the shield, I said. What? Kaelen grunted, straining. Drop it, Kaelen, trust me. Elara, no, Rise started. Trust me, I screamed. I grabbed the bond, the golden thread and the silver thread, and I pulled. I didn't take their magic this time. I used the connection to project my own state of being onto the world around us. I projected nothing. Kaelen dropped the shield. The spells rained down on us. I threw my arms wide and screamed, unleashing the silence. A shockwave of anti-magic exploded from my body. It wasn't light, it was a wave of gray, muting the world. It passed over the lightning, and the lightning simply ceased to exist. It passed over the ice, and it vanished into vapor. It hit the Inquisitors. Their glowing staffs flickered and died. The enchantments on their masks failed, causing them to crumble. The world went quiet, no hum of technology, no crackle of fire, just the wind and the moon. I stood in the center of the devastation, my knees shaking. I had wiped the slate clean. The Inquisitors looked at their useless wooden sticks, panic rising in their eyes. Without their magic, they were just old men in robes. Kaelen didn't hesitate. Without magic, he was still 6'4" of muscle and rage. He lunged forward, tackling the nearest Inquisitor. Rise, fast and lethal, with a hidden dagger I hadn't seen, moved like quicksilver. It was a brawl now, physical and brutal, but without their magic, the Inquisitors were cowards. They broke and ran, scattering into the dark woods. Kaelen didn't pursue, he turned back to me. I was swaying, the world was tilting. The silence I had projected was rushing back into me, dragging the exhaustion with it. Elara. I felt strong arms catch me before I hit the ground. Kaelen. I got her, Rise said, dropping to his knees beside us. Is she breathing? Kaelen's voice was frantic, stripped of all its usual arrogance. Barely, she emptied herself completely. She needs a refill, Kaelen realized. Here now, Rise asked. Do you want her to die? I felt them shift. I was lying on the grass, the smell of burnt earth and Kaelen's smoke filling my nose. Elara, Kaelen whispered, his hand cupping my cheek. Open up for us, little silence, drink. He kissed me deep and slow. This time the flow of magic was gentle. It was a warm tide of golden fire designed to heal, not burn. It trickled into my veins, warming the cold void. Then Rise took over, his lips soft, pushing a stream of soothing, cool illusion magic that felt like aloe on a burn. I gasped, my eyes fluttering open. The world came back into focus. I saw them, really saw them. Kaelen, bruised and bloody, looking at me with a devotion that terrified me. Rise, his hair messy, his kaleidoscope eyes shining with tears. You cleared the board, Rise whispered, stroking my hair. A radius of 50 yards, pure negation. I just wanted it to be quiet, I rasped. Kaelen let out a rough, broken laugh. He gathered me up into his lap, burying his face in my neck. You are terrifying. You are magnificent. We can't stay here, Rise said, though he didn't move to get up. He was leaning against Kaelen's shoulder, his hand holding mine. No, Kaelen agreed, lifting his head. The fierce determination was back. The council will send an army next. We go to the hinterlands. My family has a keep there. Old stone, deep magic. Is it safe? I asked. Kaelen looked at Rise, then down at me. The bond between the three of us hummed, a perfect chord of fire, illusion, and the void that held them together. With us, Kaelen growled softly, brushing a kiss over my knuckles. You'll never be unsafe again. Rise grinned, the charm returning to his face. And with you, I pity anyone who tries to stop us. I closed my eyes, leaning into Kaelen's warmth, holding Rise's hand. For the first time in my life, the darkness in my mind didn't feel lonely. It felt like a home, waiting to be filled. Let's go, I whispered. And together we vanished into the night.